everybody? This is Tony Juarez back with another video. This video is a little bit different, mainly because I'm not in the flight sim. I'm actually flying on flight lessons, so this will be very fun. So make sure to subscribe and everything. Um, and yeah. All right. So first off, um, what ended up happening here is that we started up the engine, and everything. The keys were literally burning my fingers off. So it took me a little while earlier to figure that out. Get the headphones on, start testing everything. As you can see what's going on. Going through the checklist one last time before we start taxiing. Alright, so we start taxiing and then I'm about to run into the grass. And then the CFI kind of helps out and straighten me out again. I haven't done this I haven't taxied in a while, so um yeah, that was a bit of an interesting experience. All right, and then we continue taxiing, and then we stop at the line there to contact the ground so that we can taxi to our runway for takeoff. So I believe that was runway 34 left or right. I don't remember. I think wait, it was left. Yeah, it was left. Okay, here is the taxi. Yeah, the rudders on this plane was pretty mushy, so I had a bit of a challenge taxiing this plane. Like in the past, it was a lot easier because I feel like there was a lot. It was more stiff, but this one was just a little mushy, very sensitive. So for this set 172, and then here we start the run up procedure, um, and then here's where the buoy comes in. One that crashes from low pass crash.
Does he know his gears up, down?
Yeah, it almost crashed. My CFI had to basically tell the person um, to put their gears up, and they had to do a go around. Here in this video right now, we're doing an engine run up. So that was I completely forgot how to do that. It was a bit of a, I would say, learning curve of doing it. And then we get clearance from ATC to take off. We're still doing the run up and everything. And then this is when things get interesting. We pull up to the runway, and then right when we stop, we see this happening. The same Mooney that did the low pass and forgot their landing gear ended up coming in for its landing, bouncing twice, and then just and then the front nose gear just breaking. It was a whole drama. Like we were waiting there on the taxiway for at least like 15 minutes. It was a whole mess. Like the person ended up getting out, and then so the ATC tried contacting the downed airplane, the pilot. There was no response because the person was outside the plane. Here's the flight data from FlightAware. Came from Stafford Regional, and what I find really strange is that the transponder literally just cuts out like right before landing. Yeah. So we got clearance after all of that. After waiting, so I'm gonna show you guys the takeoff. Enjoy it. Um, I'll be back with you guys in a bit. So right after takeoff, we made our left turn, um, and started heading southbound outside of the DC airspace. Um, started climbing to get about to 2,500 feet, and then we continued the climb to above about 3,000 feet to basically just clear the airspace. So after all that time lapse, towards Fredericksburg, way south of the DC airspace, we started doing some steep turns. Um, I didn't quite hit the 45-degree angle yet. I only hit about 30 for the first circle, and then for the second one, going clockwise, I ended up hitting about 45 degrees, which you're supposed to do. Alright, I'd also like to go over today's video sponsor, which is argufire.com. And it is a platform for one-on-one live debating with AI basically being the judge. So make sure to sign up for that. And pre-alpha will be coming soon, and more announcements will be coming out for this platform. So after doing all these turns and all these practice turns, we started doing slow flight. You need a lot less aileron to turn while in slow flight because you have the flaps down. You just have a lot more control. And then right after that, we started doing stalls. And I'll show you those videos real quick. So those stall videos, the first one was a power off stall, and then the second one was a power on stall. So the difference between the two were the first one was basically one that you would actually practice for landing, perform during landing, where you would actually have the throttle off and then stall there. And then the second one is a power on, which is you have the throttle up a bit and then you stall and then you recover. So in this video right now, we're headed back to Manassas. I'm setting the GPS and leaving the Woodbridge area, which is directly south of DC. And big shout out to my school because I flew over the school. Yeah, you guys can go see that on my Instagram if you follow me. So I'm gonna start the time lapse again for the leg on the way back to Manassas region, and there we're gonna be doing a couple touch and goes and then land. So we just did our touchdown and takeoff again, so basically touch and go. And then here again, we're doing our left turn in the traffic pattern, climbing up to 1,200 feet. And then this is where we are about to turn on our downwind leg of the traffic pattern. And this is us on the base of the pattern. Got pretty turbulent here and there because there's a bit of a gust. And then in this clip here, we're about to turn on our base right when we have our wings parallel to the end of the runway. So this is us turning on final, and then we use that line of trees to help us line up, almost as a reference point. And what's interesting about these trees is that it basically divides Manassas and Nokesville. So to the right, to the left of us is Nokesville. So shout out to my friends who live there. And then here's the landing. Um, the CFI basically takes control at this point because it's pretty gusty, and I'm kind of new to this still. So I kind of learn off of the experience of landing again. We land and then we bounce once, and then we finally touch down. And this is us taxiing off of the runway. And just straight of us is the parking area. So we didn't even need a I don't think we even needed contact ground. I mean, it was pretty straightforward getting back. This is going back into the ramp area. And then once we find our parking spot, we basically turn back around facing away from it and then shut off the engine and then push the plane back. It was a bit of a challenge pushing the plane back because Cessnas are pretty much like a flying brick. And here's the engine shutdown. Basically, just lean the mixture all the way back, and then the engine pretty much just dies off, and then we turn off all of the controls. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll make another video like this only if you guys subscribe. Promise. Please make sure to press that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, and like. Don't forget to like. I'll see you guys on the next video.